Hello everyone and welcome to my TJ Silver channel. Today I would like to talk to you about the Fimo Professional Extruder, and this is what I'm talking about. I hope the light doesn't shine in funny ways to it too much. This was given to me by cookson.com. I'll leave a link to their website below. I was very lucky that they let me have this, some Fimo varnish and a little bead roller, and I did some videos for them obviously in return. So really I'm ever so sorry if this is shining in the wrong way. Hopefully that's a bit better. I'm going to show you sort of what the pack contains and how easy a tool it is. I will also say at this point that I do have the Lucy Clay XXL extruder, I think they call it, which is wonderful. I love it, don't get me wrong. I think it's a brilliant tool, and it is great because it is a bit longer, so you can get a lot more clay in there. If you're sort of someone that wants to make up canes, it's great for things like that. But if you're someone that maybe goes to clay days, or wants to take this round to a friend's house, this is great because you can pack it in this little container, take it round there and use it, and it's brilliant for that sort of thing. Or even if you just need to extrude a very small amount, it's very useful. So let's get to it and I'll show you what the pack contains. Okay, so this is the actual extruder that you get in the pack. You also get some lovely discs which have varying shapes, so as you can obviously extrude the clay through them. And what is great about most extruders, I believe, is that even the ones you get from like the Lucy Clay, the little discs you get from there, they'll also fit. So they're all sort of, the ones you get from the makings, they'll also fit too. So it's great, you can have quite a wide range of discs that you can use. You also get in the pack a little instruction booklet, which is really quite useful, shows you different ways and different things that you can do. And I will say in this one I did actually get a free craft blade. I don't know whether that's something that will come in all of them, but if you find one in yours, well, it's a bit of a bonus really. So there you go, and obviously you've got the case that it all comes in, which is great because it just means that you can pack it away, take it with you, and it's quite a handy little thing really. So let's get on to the actual extruder itself. Very simple tool. End comes off as they do on all of them, I believe, and there you've obviously got your disc, and to just wind it in, very simple movement to do so. Like all of them, I'll show you that in just a minute as well, once I've turned this right the way out. You also get in the kit, along with the discs, you also get 3 spare O-rings. And once I've got to the end of this, surprising actually, even for quite a small tube, it is actually quite big, or quite long I should say. So right, we're very near the end. If you just unscrew the end here and take the end cap right the way off, and you'll see in a minute, if I pull it right the way out, that's where you have the little O-ring. And all I suggest is that if you can, just every now and again, just clean around that area, just to enable it to keep the inside clean. So as it enables, when you're pushing it or you're pulling it back out, you're unscrewing it back out, it moves more freely. And also it keeps the O-ring clean. But after a certain amount of time, you will probably need to change this. And like I say, they do come. There's 2 here, but they do actually come with 3 spare O-rings. So, it's a really good kit, I think. And I believe it was about $24.95 or something like that. But, worth the money. Great if you are someone, like I say, that's on the go. Very easy tool to use. Obviously, just pop that back in. Screw this part back down. And what I do with mine, that's not saying you have to do it with yours. You can do it with just a piece, some Vaseline. If you are lucky enough to have the LC extruder, then you'll probably find that came with some grease, and I've just used a little bit of that on this screw part, and then it just makes it free a bit. But this one, I must admit, is really quite easy to use. So, and there we go. And all I'm going to do now is just put some clay in, and this is all souffle. And we'll put these in and I can just show you what you can sort of achieve really. So we'll choose a disc. I think I'm going to go for a triangular one. And you just pop that in the end there. Doesn't really matter whether it's straight when you put it in, if you see what I mean. It doesn't have to be any particular way because it will come out as it comes out through the little triangle. And then all you do is you just start to wind it back in again. I do find it a really easy handle to use actually. At first I was a little bit sort of, ooh, that's a bit different, not quite what I'm used to, but it's actually really kind on the hand, if I'm honest. Unlike the LC one, I don't think you'll be able to actually put a drill to it. But you know, like I say, if you didn't want to do too much extruding, then I think it's well worth it. And I do like the fact that you can, it sits in its own little nice little carry case, and all the little where the discs go. If you wanted to, if you had got discs from other particular machines, you know, there's plenty of room if you wanted to put more discs in there if you were going to a clay day. And there we go. Let me just take that out. As you can see, you've got a nice extruded piece of clay, of which I will extrude one more, and we can see what we can do with the colours. So as you can see exactly what's possible. And it's quite easy to take this piece out, and all I would do is remove the disc, just a little bit of the clay at the end there. They are very simple to clean. You can pop that back in and just unwind your extruder again. You don't need to go quite as far this time because obviously I was just wanting to show you what the internals were, and they are very simple really, these machines, but maintenance I always think is a good thing. If you can keep it as clean or as, you know, lubricated, I would say, as possible. May pay sometimes to just give the end a slight wipe, especially if you're going to be using maybe, you know, different colours, one light, one dark, you know, and you don't want to get any residue off of the dark one. Let's just put that in there, get rid of whatever that is on there. Okay, pop that on and pop the end on again. Let's just move that out of the way so you can see, and then we'll start again. And I do find them, you know, extruders are, there will be times when they get a little bit tough, but that could be down to the clay as much as anything else. You know, sometimes it does pay to condition your clay. Well, you should condition your clay anyway, but you know, the softer your clay can be, the easier it can be to extrude. But once this is done, I can just show you how you could easily make up a very simple cane. And just get your craft blade, and let's just cut some lengths off. I'll just do very simple lengths here, and then if I cut some of the green to the same, take the end off. Maybe do a couple like this. But it does make it a lot of fun. If you're someone that maybe wants to start out in cane making, I would suggest one of these, because you can make some very effective canes, and it's a good way of sort of learning. I'm not particularly good myself at cane making. I try, and I do tend to end up most of the time with a lot of scrap, but as you can see, if you can put things like this together, then you could actually come up with a really quite effective little cane. And then if we just put maybe the next green on here, if I can pick it up, just lay that one on top there, and then put the purple, and then you can build up your cane as you want to, and there's nothing to stop you doing totally another different shape. But as you can see, very simply, with just a little bit of manipulation, you've got yourself the start of something really quite fun. And you know, there's so many different combinations of things. You know, you've got your squares, your circles, you've got a nice little sort of clovery type look there, teardrop, and there's so many things you can do. But I think as a little kit, I think they're wonderful. So have fun. You can Great for pieces of leftover clay for making up little pieces like this if you wanted to. Just enjoy, and if there's any questions please leave them below in the comments and I will answer them to the best of my ability. And if you've enjoyed this video please say so with a thumbs up, and if you wish to subscribe please do so. And I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.